It is Thursday after Christmas. Ugh. Just sitting in the car, getting ready to go to work. Yeah, it's been it's kind of weird. It's a weird Christmas. Like I said, and I think I've said this before. I was like, I'm off work. It's kind of weird going to work, especially the day after Christmas. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm in a little bit better spirits than I was on my last video, which is probably good. So, but it wasn't a horrible Christmas. Kids are pretty content with what they got. No complaining. Look, I have simplistic children, so they're easy to please. And they don't ever ask for much now, especially as they get older. I think they realize that they ask for the world when they're little, and there's so much clutter after Christmas and stuff they don't play with, and then you just end up getting rid of it and reselling it and all that jazz. No, this year is a little different. So, no, well, you got a 16-year-old and he wants video game stuff, so. And my other one, he loves his Legos, carries them everywhere. I'll have to take a picture sometime. He built himself a ship, and he'd take our scrap paper and he makes sails for him. So he's really into that. So he, like any inspiration, so it's like Pirates of the Caribbean, or he watches a lot of Peter Pan stuff. So any content that has like Peter Pan and all that, or Pirates of the Caribbean, he's building sails out of whatever paper he can find. I think yesterday he was making sails. He was cutting them out and had them, making little holes in them and running, like, my wife has a lot of abundance of yarn, so he's using yarn, so he's using that to tie it up, and he's making sails. So, which I thought was funny. And so, yeah, I'll take pictures of that at some point. I'll put it up on the community stuff, but I think it's cute that he does that. And my daughter's been drawing all day long with all her art stuff, so I think she was in her room most of the day, so I didn't really see her. But we did get the kids one of those cheap, like, well, kind of cheap, they are cheap, but one of those game things that you plug into your TV, and it's supposed to have like 20,000 games in it, and a lot of them are Nintendo, like original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, like Game Boys. There's a few arcade games. Actually, I think there's a lot of arcade games, but there's a lot of Nintendo games. I was like, yeah, I got a few Sega and PlayStation 1. Oh my god. I was going through the Nintendo, and I'm like, just the original Nintendo. I was like, I didn't realize they made so many Dungeons and Dragons games. I was like, and I'm like, of course you don't. As an adult now, I kind of fathom the fact that there were so many Nintendo games I didn't even know about. I mean, I thought I knew about a lot, but I'm like, it's just, oh my god. I'm like, because I remember going to, Toys R Us. If y'all remember, Toys R Us had the giant wall, as like in the late 80s, early 90s. It was like wall of video games. So many Nintendo games. I remember there was a point when I bought a brand new Atari 2600 game as Toys R Us in about the kind of late 80s. And I think it was like, well, it wasn't like brand new, but it was like still available. It still sold as brand new. I think it was Frogger. I think I bought Frogger for my 2600. That was my very first game system, because I wanted a Nintendo, but at the time my parents couldn't afford the Nintendo, but it was easier to get the 2600. So spent a lot of time with that. I wish I still had that. I miss that one. I'd actually buy an old TV just to play that. I wish I'd never given it to my cousin, and then when I went to go get it back, She was like, "Oh, we put it in a garage sale." Like, what? You put it in a garage sale? Oh, Lord. So, and there was a time when I had before, well, no, after my oldest was born, I had quite a few game systems. I kept on collection because I used to resell game systems at flea markets and games. So I have like Nintendos and Super Nintendos, 64s, and PlayStation 1. At the time, it was PlayStation 1 and 2. I had no, I didn't even have a 3. I ended up trading it all in, and at the time, I got like a Xbox 360. I had that forever. I like playing that. And, just kind of went away, it's like, I have an Xbox One, but my son seems to be taking that one over. I have a PlayStation 5 that my nephew is on permanent loan, let me use, and it's just like, man, I was like, I don't even play that very much anymore. It's crazy. Though I started playing God of War finally, and I was like, oh, this is so much fun. I mean, it's fun for me because I was like, I'm more in for the storyline. I like playing along with it, and it's fun. I think though I do miss those open world games sometimes. I played Red Dead Redemption quite a bit, which I still have it. I bought it digitally off the Xbox store, so I can play that one anytime. I always like that one. I've never played 2. Probably should. Just for schnitz and giggles. But I hope everybody's had a good Christmas. I really didn't. I wasn't worried about anything for me this year, and I kind of made that very known. I was like, I think it's like anything I want, I pretty much got last Christmas, and that was very minimal. And it's not a lot I want gaming-wise. Really. I think the one I really want to get, though, I do want to get something, but I think it's been on the back burner, and I want to do it, and I'm just going to wait until after the holidays, so when it dies down. So I'll probably get the print-on-demand for Rule Cyclopedia, and I'll get the Creature Catalog. Oh, excuse me. That was a coffee. Coffee burps. Not fun. So, yeah, that's probably what I'll get. I mean, really, honestly, I'd like to get back to maybe running my Monster Hunter V game, add more to that, since I feel like but it was my game, my rules. I feel like I kind of cheated my way through that, but that's all right. Like I said, it's my table, my rules. I can do what I want, and nobody could tell me any different. So, yeah. My son's been kind of dabbling around in my 5e books, and he was making a Reborn, who is a rogue pirate. I think that's what he was trying to do. Showed me his character sheet last night. I think he was trying to explain it to me, and he was asking me about, like, I guess feat abilities. And he didn't know if it was like an attack or like a spell. I'm like, no. I was like, no. It's like, go look at your class, go look at your feats. It's right here under the feats section. So I don't know what he was wanting to do exactly, but I don't know how that's going to fit in, because I think as a Christmas gift, I will probably run them through a game here sometime, maybe this coming weekend. I don't know. I'm off from Saturday to New Year's Day, so I got time to figure that out. I kind of have an idea in my head what I want to do, and I'm just going to keep it simple as hell, because I'll probably run them through a dungeon crawl, since really it's not my son's first time playing, but it will be my daughter's first time playing. So I'll just probably break out the Axebane deck of mini dungeons, and I'll run them through that, just especially for my daughter, because I think she wants to play a gnome. So I don't know. And sometimes I wonder, I don't know, people's don't dislike for gnomes, but some people like gnomes. A lot of people don't like gnomes. I don't know. I don't know, and I just don't know. I don't know anymore, lad. But we'll figure it out. I promise you. See, I can do voices. I don't like doing voices, at least on camera. And I don't know. Live plays kind of screw me up sometimes. It really just depends. I'm hoping maybe we'll play Alien on Friday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll play Alien on Friday. I don't really know. That's a good one. I kind of have an idea what I want to do with the kids on this weekend, but I don't know. I was kind of sitting here driving to work and trying to figure that out. I'm like, oh, what can I run? What can I give them a reason to be in the dungeon? I kind of have one. I think it might work. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know. It's crazy. Maybe we should play one of them D&D, old D&D video games and see if I can get inspired, because I didn't know there were one set in Dragonlance, Forgotten Realms. I don't know what the other ones were. I know there was. I didn't know there was ones for Nintendo, Super Nintendo, that many. I mean, I knew about maybe one or two, but oh. So I guess that's how. Well, I guess when you grow up in the 80s and 90s and, you know, the internet's not readily available, you know, you're relying on what people tell you in magazines and, like, fan magazines and all that stuff. But, heck, I knew about Dungeons & Dragons cartoon, but I didn't really know much, like, in the early 80s. I don't, like, know about the game, which is kind of weird. But, like I said, it was the middle 80s. You don't know that stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. I feel like, well, hello, Janet. Yeah, good morning to you. Yeah. I kind of miss that simplicity of the 80s, because then it's like, you kind of live obliviously, and you live vicariously through others and encyclopedias and what TV told you. I think that's now more the extreme end of it, but now that we have smartphones and internet, and we still listen to what other people tell us, and it's not always the best decisions that we listen to. Janet from another planet, nice of you to stop by. So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. We'll figure that out. It shouldn't be hard. I'd like to get my other son to play, but he's not. Well, I don't know. I think where he's at he's autistic, so it's like where he's at, he's not very. He gets clammy about decisions. Oh, Janet, I'm up at this time all the time. I'm up at like 6 a.m. every day. My dog wakes me up. I'm up right now because I'm ready to go to work here in about 20 minutes or so. So this is nothing new. I don't ever get sleep in anymore. My dog doesn't let me. She's very consistent with my time now, apparently, even on my days off. She's horrible, but I love her. But she's horrible. So it's like actually having a second daughter in my house, you know. So it's bad when, you know, my actual daughter and then my dog are both clinging on me, you know. So, and then there's my wife. She'll just be sitting over there crocheting, just watching whatever she was watching, not caring. I wouldn't trade it for the world, though. But yeah, my middle one, he's like select mute. He doesn't talk a bunch, and So it's like when he does talk, he's kind of he jumbles around what he says a lot. So it's like you kind of have to guide him by the hand, but it's fine. You know, that's my Jonah, and I love him to death. And you know, you crochet? Oh. Yeah, my wife's been crocheting for a long time. If I ever get to find a picture, I'll show the ones that she did for my dad. It was she made a Cubs Afghan for my dad, and she made a Harley Davidson one for a charity auction. So if I ever find those pictures, I mean, it was like she did it, and I was like, I keep telling her, I go, oh, she needs to make me one again, or make me one. It's a lot of work, and I tried crocheting just for shits and giggles, and I was like, my hands are, I don't like dealing with small things with my hands, you know. It's like my joints are horrible, and they hurt, and I was like, nah, it's not for me. I was like, I would sooner scrape up and bust my knuckles working on cars than crocheting. So, which even then, working on cars got to be daunting, and I don't do it as much as I used to, and I did it just so I could save money and, you know, get things done. But yeah, yeah, maybe I'll put that up on the Bears Discord, those pictures, and I'll tag you in them, Janet, if I remember. But yeah, so yeah, so I don't know. It'd be hard what we do with Jonah. I mean, he's kind of you kind of have to you have to guide him by the hand. And my other son, he's autistic too, but he's very. If you've ever watched The Big Bang or Young Sheldon, that's him. You know, he's that's him in a nutshell. So he could be he's very. I think he'll be a good min-maxer of a player, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad, but yeah, we'll see. And my daughter's she's squirrely, so but she's an 11-year-old girl, so I mean, I expect nothing less from her, and I appreciate her creativity, and she definitely has my sense of humor, which, yeah, I think most people, like, if you've seen me on like any lives or like right now, you don't see it, but there's a sense of humor. Trust me, that is more I just keep in my personal life. So yeah, I was gonna break down, and I'll do a 5th edition, because I know my son's been making characters in 5th edition. I keep trying to get him to do maybe like something else. I was just wanted to do like White Box or Basic Fantasy, but you know, it's 5th edition, so we'll go with 5th edition. I have the stuff, so we can do that. Oh, so yeah, fun times. The wee lads will get to rolling their dice and collecting their treasure. My coffee's about out. You know, a 20-minute drive. I drink most of it. I'll finish it off before it goes cold. I do this just to kill time, and I'm waiting to go into work. I need to make sure I get into work on time. I get paid for the holiday. I almost screwed that up last Monday. I was like, oh shoot, I'm almost late. So, yeah. So that's the plan, you know. I'm not sure. I gotta talk to one of my group members and see if we are doing Alien on Friday. So that'd be interesting. I know we tried last Friday, but I was so exhausted. Holy God. I think by the time I sat down and I'm trying to get into it, I'm falling asleep at the computer. I was like, oh man, I was so exhausted. Never had that. I've had those days where, like, those games where, nights where I'm just exhausted and I'm just, like, trying not to fall asleep. It's worse when you're playing online. Oh, I'm going to try, Janet. I really am going to try. I mean, it's kind of a big old cluster of fun here at work right now. And we're doing a lot of transferring from another plant to here, and we're getting so much material, it's not funny. And it's more than our building can handle. And we're not a very big building, but the stuff coming from our other plant is a very big building, and they have probably about like 50 storage trailers of space that they could put stuff in. I think there's probably about 20 more trailers worth of stuff they have to bring, and I have no room for it. We had to tell them to stop. It was getting ridiculous. So, yeah, I don't know. That is life. It's nice, but I managed to get some overtime in, so that was fun. I got a little bit of a nicer paycheck coming Friday, so that helps. Especially after the holidays. I think I got planned it that way. But I don't know. I was like, my son didn't really ask for a lot of gaming stuff this year. It was kind of weird. I thought he would. I would have been willing to get him a book, but I don't know. I think he just was kind of quiet, and so I think he's kind of reverted back to video games a little bit. But those video games kind of give him a little inspiration anyway, so that helps. I guess you have to find your inspiration somewhere. But I don't know anymore. I was thinking about doing a live last night, but it was kind of like, I'll just take the day. Take the day and enjoy it. I was like, let my wife sit there and crochet, and I'll just relax. I'm kind of organizing some of my white box stuff in a PDFs, put on my Kindle, just for me and my little solo plays. Just laying there in bed and playing. Like, the less clutter I can make it, the better, you know. Got me a little clipboard so I can write on. I got, I'm thinking about putting a dice app on my phone, so just using real dice. Even though sometimes I kind of complain about the rolls that you get on a digital dice roller. I'm like, I swear it's out to get you. But then I'll roll my own dice, and I swear they're out to get me too. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's the luck of the Irish, probably, in me. It wouldn't surprise me. It's that Murphy's Law mentality, I think, when I play games. It's like, what will happen can happen, you know, kind of deal. But it is what it is. You were just to roll the dice. Oh, dad pun. I am not without my fatherly puns. So it was nice of you to stop by, Janet. It's your first time. I thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna start working another 15 minutes. I'll have to get off here in a couple minutes. So yes, I am definitely in a probably a little bit better mood than my last video, because my last video was like I was pretty bummed out. But had a nice little Christmas dinner last night. So we got drinking a glass of milk. Well, that's good for you. I wish everybody in my house would drink less milk, considering how much I have to pay for a gallon of milk every time. There's been weeks where I've bought 10 gallons of milk in between grocery shoppings. I'm like, for the week, I'm like, you guys need to slow down. Oh my gosh. It's like, I swear it was like a fire sale. Jesus. I got 8 people in my house, and then when you get an abundance of cereal in the house, or chocolate syrup, or, you know, like that, and it's just like milk. That's where I had little babies, you know, toddlers again, asking milk. You know, good Lord. I don't know. I was like, I could go to one Walmart and milk price would be like $1 more than the Walmart that was closer to my house, which is weird. But you think they're Walmarts, they'd be pricing the same, but they don't. Weird. So yeah, I hope everybody has a good Christmas. I'm hoping 2025 will be a good year, especially for gaming. So we'll see. I don't know. Let's just trying to reevaluate myself. I wish I was a more active gamer, but it's just normal life for me, and that takes more precedent on anything. So I'll game when I can. I'm not as much of a serious gamer. I really don't. I am such the beer and pretzels gamer. It's crazy. It's like I will crack jokes. I will, and it's like my normal gaming group is like we'll start playing, and then we get on a 20-30 minute tangent about something. It's like it's a definite squirrel moment when we play. And it's like we'll get down the rabbit hole of. It starts off with talking about a rule, and then it goes to this, and then it goes to that, and then it's like, oh yeah, we need to go back to playing the game now. So it's I don't know. I feel like we don't accomplish much in a couple hours of play, but it's fun. I mean, we're having a time. We don't really care. It's not a big deal for us. For us, it's just that mundane, or getting out of that mundane rut of everyday life, and just shooting the shit, playing some games. Yeah, if we have to continue on what we're doing to the next time, then we do it. It's no big deal. It's not life or death for us. Just for our characters. But I'm on a streak. I've never lost a character since I've been playing. And I've been playing since 1997. And I've never had a character death. And that is my... Probably because most of my gameplays have never lasted long enough to even try. So... But... We'll see. There's always a first. There's always a first. Well, I am going to get off here. And Janet, thank you for stopping by. You're a doll. So, y'all have a good day and continue having a good Christmas. Bye-bye.